It did. We got our hands on that response. And what they're responding to is the demand by the state to respond to its letter, letting them know that they're not in compliance with this new rule that came out this week. Well, the district responded saying, hey, we need some more time. The deadline was 5 p.m., so 30 minutes ago. And the district said our board members hadn't had a chance to read that memo before it was too late. They've asked for that deadline to be pushed back to respond to the state's memo to next Thursday. But meanwhile, the state is warning this and other districts that if they don't come into compliance with their rules on masks and quarantining, that they're facing more funding cuts. More maneuvers this week in the ongoing skirmish between Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' administration and at least 10 local school districts that have imposed hard mask mandates. This week, a new rule was issued which rolled back quarantine requirements for exposed students with no symptoms, but it also refreshed the state's ban on mask mandates. In a letter to Alachua County Superintendent, Education Commissioner Richard Corcoran slammed the district's sidestepping of the last mask mandate ban and again warned of continued funding cuts if it doesn't get in line.
Right now, we are very much under a lot of pressure from the state government, the Commissioner of Education, and the governor to essentially act out their will and go along this path of managing COVID in what I believe to be a pretty careless approach and risky behavior.
Though the state had already withheld more than $27,000 from Alachua's district, on Wednesday, the federal government stepped in to replace that funding through the Project SAFE grant. I spoke with Mary Wall, the White House senior advisor for education policy.
We are being very clear in saying that we, like the educators in Alachua County, and in like so many Florida school districts and elsewhere in the country, are protecting kids.
So what's the impact when this kind of health crisis gets politicized?
While this may take on political aspects that people are projecting onto it, it really is important that we just stay with a clear focus on the mission, which is students remaining safe.
Wall said the department is working now to process other requests for Project SAFE funds, which are aimed at helping districts that have had state funding cuts due to their COVID-19 safety policies. We also asked the Florida Department of Education to weigh in on this story, and we also asked for copies of all the letters that were sent out to different school districts with this memo of warning that they're in non-compliance. We did not get that information by our deadline. Reporting live, I'm Joe McLean, Channel 4, the local station.